All right, social workers, we need to talk about these numbers. Okay, but before we get into those numbers, let me reintroduce myself. I'm Ernesto Bejarano, the founder of Social Work Magic, the first AI-powered social work specific tool. 2.5 years ago, when I started building and released Social Work Magic, I didn't really know where we were going with all this AI stuff. I knew it was amazing to me. I thought we could make it helpful for us in the field, but there was a lot of pushback about whether or not we should use it or whether it was even going to be a thing in social work and other helping professions. But now, fast forward a couple years, and some of the numbers are in. A recent study by the Centio Marriage and Family Therapy Program came up with some very interesting numbers, and we really need to pay attention and think about what this means for us as a profession, particularly with regards to our integration of AI and AI tools. Now, I don't have time to give you all the numbers here, but let me just give you some of the interesting data that we got from this study. 49% of people who use some type of AI self-report that they use that AI to help manage a mental health condition. Now, here's some of the specifics. 73% use AI for anxiety management, 63% for personal advice, 60% for depression support, 58% for emotional insight, 56% for mood improvement, 36% to practice communication skills, and 35% to feel less lonely. Now, you can have your thoughts about whether or not this is healthy or not, but the fact is that according to this study, it's happening. And not only is it happening, but 63% of users report that it improved their mental health, and 87% reported that the advice that they received was either helpful or very helpful from an AI. Why are people turning to these tools so much? Well, 90% say that they use them because they're accessible. They're easy to access 24/7. And 70% of the people in the survey cited affordability. Many or most of these tools can be accessed at some level for free, and people can just pull their phone out of their pocket and get access to the help that they need, at least some level of help, then and there 24/7 for free. Now, here's the part where we really need to pay attention. 39% rated the AI tools that they used as equally helpful to human therapy, and 36% found these tools to be more helpful than human therapy. So what does all this mean? Well, 2 years ago when I started this whole AI and social work journey, 1 year ago when I released the 6 pillars of practical and responsible AI use for social workers, and currently I still have the same opinion. At this time, as I speak right now today, AI cannot replicate many of the things that we do as human professionals that serve people. Now, whatever it is that makes us human and makes that an important element in the work that we do, and you can call it whatever you want, intuition, the human touch, whatever it is something that's unique to us as human beings. And AI, in spite of all the things that it can do, cannot replicate at this time. Now, I say at this time, and I've said that for the past 2 years, because this technology is rapidly improving and getting closer and closer to human interaction. In fact, as of this recording, AI tools have just passed the Turing test, which basically says that in interactions, it can be mistaken most of the time for a human being. And 73% of interactions with AI tools can be mistaken for human beings. Therefore, it passed the Turing test. So a lot of what we do can be replicated, but we still have those areas that I mentioned that are not easily replicable at this time by AI. Now, the people in the study that I referenced earlier, I don't know how much they care whether there's an AI chatbot or a human helping them in many of these situations. What they want is their needs to be addressed in the moment sometimes, and for an affordable price. And is that something that we as human professionals can do as well or better than what the AI tools are currently offering to these people? They can provide some help, but they can't do still what we can do. But we do find ourselves in this moment at a crossroad. So what do? Do we stubbornly stick to the notion that we cannot be replaced? We're humans, we're social workers, we're therapists, and those robots can't do what we do. No way. Or do we throw our hands in the air, give up, and turn everything over to the bots? And what I've always believed, and what I've said since I started this, is that we need to learn how to work with this technology. We need to learn how to leverage AI and use it as a support, a resource, dare I say, a coworker in some sense. Now, if you agree with me and believe that we need to start learning how to work with AI, then we really need to get this going pretty soon, like right now. This AI train is on the tracks and it's picking up speed. We don't have much time left to debate it, to go back and forth and figure out policies. All that stuff is important, but we can't let ourselves fall behind. We need to get familiar with the tools now. That means you. Look, none of us asked for this, but this whole AI thing is happening on our watch. Now, like it or not, we need to accept responsibility for ethically, rapidly, and efficiently developing systems that preserve the human element in our work while still leveraging all of the tools that we can, powered by AI, to serve the people that we work with. I've been in social work at this point almost 30 years, and frankly, I'm getting sick and tired of being left behind with every new technology that comes into play. Right now, as we speak, the educational sector, the medical sector, a lot of these different areas are jumping on board, are moving forward. They're building the systems that make sense for them in their fields so that they can leverage the AI tools to better serve whatever it is that they're doing in their work. And we need to do the same. Now, I know some of you have been using AI for a while now, and some of you are either too scared, too nervous, or just refuse to use it. Well, if you want to get started, here's a couple of easy ways to try out social work specific AI. For a bit of a framework on how you should approach AI in social work, with some ideas, some suggestions, some examples, you can download my free guide, The 6 Pillars of Practical and Ethical AI Use for Social Workers, at a link that I'll include in the description, and you'll see it probably somewhere here on the screen. It's 30 pages, it's free, it's an easy read, and it'll get you started if you need a little bit of a boost to get going with AI. And if you've been using it for a while, it might confirm what you're already thinking in terms of how to ethically and practically use the tools. Then, once you've checked out the 6 pillars and familiarize yourself with them, you can go to socialworkmagic.com for 7 days free trial of social work specific tools. Now, this is an AI powered tool that's trained specifically with social work knowledge and expertise in the background. So it'll give you a kind of a head start on some of the stuff that you could get done also in ChatGPT, Claude, Anthropic, all these other things you might have heard about. But socialworkmagic.com is where you'll find social work specific AI 7 days for free. Now, the last thing I would suggest is for you to subscribe to me here on YouTube or follow me wherever you may be seeing this video, because on a pretty regular basis, I do put out current news, thoughts, perspectives, ideas, suggestions, checklists about social work AI. So follow me at the links that are in the description below. And there's also a few other people out there who have jumped on board and helped to get this information out about how to use AI in the work that we do. So thank you for watching this video. It's been a while since I've posted something, but I've been developing some tools in the background that will be released soon. And I want you to get back on board with me, and let's develop a community of social workers and helping professionals who utilize AI in the field. Let's not fall behind, people, because the data shows that our people that we work with, they're on board already. Now it's our turn. I'll see you in the next video.